going on, everybody? Welcome to the live event. Tonight I will be giving away literally a roll of knives. I said that I would do this. I found one of those Civivi knife rolls that had like 10 slots, and I just filled it up. I'm going to reveal what's in it later before I draw the name, but yeah, somebody's going to win a nice knife collection. There are a lot of nice budget knives, some mid-range stuff, and definitely some premium stuff in there. So you are definitely going to be winning stuff that you'll like, for sure. Sorry, I'm now seeing that the live stream is capturing the outside of my... You're not allowed to see the perimeters! Pretty close. Gosh darn, I always try to set this up and get it perfect, and I always get close, but not quite there. What else can I set out here? People always were like, oh my gosh, who would ever use a $500 box cutter? Dude, I use this thing, man. I love this thing so much. It is so easy. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous to, it's ridiculous. Listen, stupid doorbell. Now we're upside down. My doorbell can ruin my live streams. God. So dumb. Literally, so anyone can sabotage my live streams by pushing my doorbell, which is hooked up to my Wi-Fi, which my phone is connected to, and it disconnects my live stream, reconnects it, and the phone orientation doesn't know which way's up. Anybody in the neighborhood can push my doorbell and turn my live stream upside down, literally. So dumb. The pizza guy has no idea. He has no idea. It's fine. He doesn't know. It's not his fault. I gotta get that. I don't know how to change it to where it doesn't do that. I still want to know when there's somebody at my door. Anyways, I use my Hawk shortcut all the time. I mean, I'm not even sure what's on the end of it. It's nasty, but I use this thing. I love this thing. It is crazy. It's a $500 box cutter, but it's awesome. It's like, it feels, if someone said, what would you imagine a custom box cutter would look like? It's this, man. This is so cool. Used it all day today while I was packing up the prizes for the 600,000 subscriber event. If you were a winner, you got an email from me today. You got tracking information, and your stuff went to you. Something funny, as is always the case, no matter how, I try to warn people. I say, don't try to scam. Don't try to scam. I'm going to catch you. There were definitely people trying to scam. I don't know what goes through people's heads. They're like, I know he said don't, and I know he said that, he knows how to tell, but I'm just going to try. I am, after all, I consider myself a hacker, and I'm pretty sneaky. No. Not one of them. If you tried to cheat your way into my live stream, I caught every single one of you. So dumb. One of the people who tried to scam, his face was in his profile picture. In his profile picture of the email. It was even funnier. What was his... Hold on. He had a nickname that cracked me up. Let me find it. If you were an actual winner, you got an email from me and you got tracking information. But... You can find him. Yeah. One of the guys who tried to scam, his nickname was Peasy. I thought that was funny. Put his face in the profile picture. Said his nickname was Peasy. I thought that's funny. Because you could say that detecting the fact that he was trying to scam was easy peasy. That's so stupid. So stupid, man. Come on, Peasy. Now, if you try to cheat your way and one person just literally emailed me and said, just gave me his name and his address, and he goes, I'd like the Chris Reeve, please. And I was like, you're not even trying to scam. You're just really lost. I was like, I'm sorry, man. That's not how this works. Sorry. Thanks for trying. But everybody who won got something, including Poopy Pablo. Poopy Pablo did reach out. He does live in another country, but he does have family here in the United States. And I said, perfect. So I sent his knife to his uncle. And his knife that he received is a mystery and shall remain that way unless Poopy Pablo decides to make himself known and showcase the knife. But I want it to be a surprise for him, so I'm not going to say what it is on the live stream. But it was about a $200 knife. I gave him something cool. He got some S90V. He wasn't even upset that he missed like a super... He was like, oh man, like, oh, I missed it, dang it. But like, still reaching out. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, he was totally fine. Old Poopy Pablo, what a legend, man. What a good sport. Oh, that Poopy. Oh, God, that's funny. I'll remember that forever. Your diet's low on S90V. We're all low on S90V ever since the knife industry jammed M390 down our throats over the last 15 years. M390 is great. You know, and I'm always like, stop coming down on S30V. It's great, you know? And people, remind me, they're like, you do the same thing with M390. Like, we know M3, it's still great. It's just not special anymore. And that's true. CPM 154, great steel. S30V, great steel. S35EN, great steel. M390, great steel. They're not special anymore. What's weird about 14C28N is it's been around forever, but it only recently became special until some new... You know what's... I was thinking, like, there will come a day where a reigning king, somebody will create an incredible budget steel, or, like, some steel that we consider a premium steel will enter permanently the budget territory. And we're overdue for a reigning king. Like, that spot is open. And it won't take much. All it's going to take is demand for a certain steel to go down low enough that you see it consistently under $75. MC, shout out our buddy Titanium Justin. Titanium Justin, shout out Titanium Justin. Titanium Justin, shout out! Shout out Titanium Justin. Hello, son. Hello, Conrad. How are you? How's school? How are your grades? Never mind. Get back to the homework, son. Get back to the grind. No video games tonight. No dinner until your calculus is completed, young man. Do you understand? You understand me? No fish sticks for you, Conrad, until you finish that calculus, huh? You get to the grind. You get that abacus out. Do you use an abacus for calculus? You don't use it. Never mind. Get the abacus out. You get the notes to the grindstone, or no fish sticks. You understand me? All right. No Minecraft and no fish sticks until you're... All right, I'm done. Like watches? Yeah. Yeah, everybody's been asking me about the Kunmu watch. It's coming. They sent me one. It's coming. It looks pretty cool. It's got a Satirical movement. I'm really bad with movements, guys. I'm not going to pretend for a second. I am such a tourist when it comes to watches, and I'm able to acquire them just because I will buy them. But I barely know anything about what it is that I'm buying beyond like just my little tidbits of research and what I think looks cool. But Kunmu is sending me their watch, and it's a DLC watch with a Damascus bezel, and that is exactly why I'm interested in it. I don't know what the exact movement is, but I think it's Satirical. I think. The crazy thing is, he told me he's planning on sub 700. Now, that's not confirmed, so don't take that and run with it. But I mean, honestly, for what he's bringing to the table, I thought that was pretty amazing. A DLC, like fully DLC coded watch with a Damascus bezel. I don't know anything about the movement, but I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, I said Satirical. It's Satirical. There you go. So you can. That's your the best example there. That's how much of a tourist I am. I don't know anything about movements. You know what? I get all of my information from Nick Shabazz and from Levon, and they know so much more, and I'm just desperately trying to study, and I don't know anything, so I have to ask all the time, or I have to go back and watch Nick's videos. The Kickstarter's less than 700. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. And is it an automatic? It's got to be at that price, right? I mean, well, not to say that there aren't quartz watches that are. I just assume it's automatic. It looks really cool. How do you enter the giveaway? Well, it's confusing. These cards are flipped upside down. Sorry, didn't notice until just now. Hold on a second. Some noise upstairs. Dragon Ball Z. Hold on. Shh, we're listening. Sounds like a coughing fit. I think she's okay. Sounds like a breathy coughing fit. I'm just making sure. Okay, anyways. No, it's not the doorbell. You'll know if it's a doorbell because the live stream will shut off. How stupid. How stupidly manual and caveman am I? At over 600,000 subscribers that my live stream can literally be shut off with my doorbell. Like, how did that even happen? Yeah, the doorbell, that's what happened to the cards. You ring the doorbell, the whole thing goes cattywampus. The whole thing goes ass up. The music apparently is from a Nintendo, a Famicom Dragon Ball Z game, which I didn't even know existed. Dragon Ball Z 2, a bunch of Japanese stuff. I don't know. I can't tell. It definitely didn't release in the United States. We didn't get a Dragon Ball Z game in the United States until PS1, unless there was something on Super Nintendo that I didn't know about. Maybe there was. Not a US version. Because I remember as a kid, I was like, why are there no video games about Dragon Ball Z? Like, what the heck? They're showing it on TV. This would make an awesome video game. We didn't get that for a long time. Freaking nerd. This is Tom and Jerry, I know, because this game tortured me as a kid. Walter Grant, thanks for the memberships there. Appreciate that. Well, DBZ goes way back to NES. Yeah, well, we know that now because I bought one of those Raspberry Pis for my kids to play classic games. One of those little things you can plug in a imitation USB controller, and there's like 40,000 games on it. My kids love that, and they're playing all the classics. But I found tons of old DBZ games on like Nintendo and Super Nintendo, but we didn't have that in the United States, unless it was like a pirated copy. You know, they didn't release that stuff. My kids love the old NES games. They played Mario 3, all the cousins. There's like, let's see, I've got 9. There's 9 of them now. So they all come over and they go upstairs and they sit around that TV and they got 2 controllers and they take turns playing Mario 3, trying to get past World 1 and World 2. I showed them where one of the whistles was. Of course, they immediately warp to Land 4. They go to Giant World and they all freak out and they die because they haven't calibrated for the difficulty yet. I'm like, you can't do that. You're supposed to build up. You're supposed to build up your arsenal. You got to go through World 1, 2, 3, right? Maybe when you're older, you can warp, right? You know how to play the game. But if you don't know how to play the game, you got to build up that bar. You got to save those items, right? By the time you get to World 4, you've earned it. You're prepared. Play it right. How soon before you can pre-order Excalibur? I've got that right here. So I'm really happy to tell you guys. Well, I don't want to tease yet. The pre-order is still a little tiny ways off. But number one, this guy is first. It's going to go to Tri-State, and after Tri-State, it's going to go to Neves. And the reason is because they were kind enough to send me theirs. There's a whole bunch of people I'd love to see it. I also reached out to Melissa Backwoods, and I said, "Do you want to take a look?" And she's like, "Yeah, okay." So Melissa's going to look at it too, which I thought was really cool. But I'd also love for Nick to look at it, for Levon to look at it. I got a bunch of, I want Rye from Everyday City Carry to look at it. I got a bunch of people I want this to go around to. I want people to be able to give their thoughts, and this is important to me, guys, and this is the authentic part of this. I could throw the pre-order at you and just go with my own biased marketing for this thing and just say, it's great, trust me, buy it. Or we could do what's fair and send it out to other reviewers. A lot of people would say, I see through your tricks. This is just marketing. they're all going to say nice things about it. Well, maybe, but I'm going to specifically instruct them to say what they think. I think that you guys should get fair feedback on a prototype that's about 98% complete. And if they like it, great. If there are certain things they don't like about it, great. They should tell you so that you understand. Because my perspective of this is that it is essentially perfect because it's what I want. But other reviewers are going to be able to point out things that I might have missed because I got my rose-colored glasses on. So I want them to be able to tell you what they think about it. And if you think more like them, then maybe they convince you that there's something there that you might not like. That's fair. This is how this should work. And Stasa, yeah, I'll send it to Stasa. I'm gonna specifically say it's not meant to baton. Please don't baton with it. But I'd love for this thing to make the rounds, you know. But we're also we can't do the pre-order yet because we're still working on things, including the less expensive version. But I am happy to say that all of the changes that I wanted are going to happen. I also appreciate the feedback on the poll today. I asked people if they'd like to see the MC logo or the Night Helmet logo on the pivot. Got a lot of great feedback. Most of you prefer, if you had to choose one or the other, the Night Helmet. I also read the comments and saw that a lot of people said that it kind of muddies up the clean look on the front. So what I decided on, I think everybody's going to be happy with this. Tri-Stick can do the photo shoot on the Excalibur. That's perfect. Yeah, he totally can. What we're going to do is we're going to do the Night Helmet probably. We're going to do it as an outline so that it's not so pronounced. You're not going to have that you're not going to have the heavy contrast white and black. It'll be more of an outline. It'll be on the non-show side. The side of the knife that's already busy. So it'll be on this side. It will be subtle and it'll be smaller, not as big as the whole pivot. That way it's not this big crazy thing. It'll be subtle. It'll be there for people who look for it. And if you're not looking for it, it might just kind of blend in over here. On this side, it's going to be clean. We're going to keep the show side clean. I felt like that was a good compromise. A lot of people really wanted the logo on there, and I thought, well, that's great, but there's a lot of people who don't want it on there. You know? I feel like that's fair. I feel like we're gonna get it done. That show side's so clean, I just don't want to ruin it. Metal complex and massive plain text across the blade. Can you imagine? I should do a jokey billboard edition just to troll. Somebody suggested that I that I laser in like a short backstory on the idea behind the knife, like into the blade. The billboard edition? Sure. Nah, I don't want that. I feel like a good knife, like if it's a good knife, you should just be able to release the knife. Like the knife should speak for itself. You don't have to tell people about it. Like, I mean, I'm saying the knife itself. Like, I'm going to tell you about it. And then you're going to know. The people who are going to buy it are going to know, right? I mean, listen, you guys can clown on Microtech all you want, but the most offensive thing I've ever seen on a blade was a website. And I'll keep saying that I am a Benchmade fan. I don't love their prices, but I do love their knives. But when they were putting websites on blades, I thought, what? What are you doing? Why would you do this? This is terrible. This is terrible. There's got to be something in the Geneva Convention against this. Terrible. Yeah, wait, that'll happen. Yeah, mark my words. Mark me! Somebody will put a QR code on a blade. LUDT, yeah. Oh, well, but they figured it out, man. They're smart. They do like this regular version with the stuff all over it, and then they make a shadow version. Huh? They got me. Look how good that looks. Shadow edition, totally sterile. Yeah, they do that. Sure, if you're willing to pay for it, which apparently I am. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. I forgot about that. Give me a sec here. I got a link for you guys. Hold on, I gotta do my... It's gotta be an affiliate link, right? I gotta at least get a commission for it. Hold on. Is it... There it is. Yeah. Alright, hold on now, hold on. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is the magic of technology. God. The partnering, the ability for content creators to partner up and do this. So here's what I have. So I have an affiliate link for Tri-State's Knife. I'm actually an affiliate of Blade Binge. So I have an affiliate link for Tri-State's Knife there pinned at the top. You actually still can pre-order it up until... It should go directly to it. You can pre-order it through Sunday. So if you want to, use my link at the top of chat. You can buy Tri-State's Knife and support his channel. And you can also... give me a little commission on it. I love that. If I can work it out on other content creators and get a commission off mine. But see, that's the thing, is people get really like untrusting of that. They're like, it feels like direct promotion. Like, how can we know? How can we tell for sure if you're going to be honest about this stuff? If you can make money off of it, you have a massive incentive to say it's good. We do. What you need to do is look back at that creator's content and find out how consistent they are with that. If you find that there's an obvious bias with stuff like that, then maybe don't trust them. But if you find out that this content creator can get paid on this stuff, but still does a negative review on things here and there, you know, then maybe there's more honesty than you think. You got to look into it a little bit. Yeah, I agree. That's community working together. I like Tri-State's Knife. I also know that he's dedicated to content creation and the knife community. He's not just in it to make money. He actually likes knives. And so I feel like just the same way with Jared, because I just reviewed his knife, and spoiler alert, it's great. But do you really think that somebody like Jared or Cole are going to make a bad design? No, because they handle so much stuff. They know what they like, but they also know the little teeny tiny things that make or break a design. So of course they're able to design things that work, you know? Of course they're able to design things that people want. We have endless feedback from you guys, and we create content, we touch all this stuff all the time. You know, so of course, there's tons of members of the community. I would say 80% of the people in here right now could probably design a really cool knife. You know? If it's good, it deserves to be promoted. That's what I think. And he's from Ohio, so he's got that going for him. Yeah, I agree. That's a lot of points on a resume. Just one line, from Ohio. Country of origin, Ohio. Link, it's at the top. Tri-State's Knife, and you just barely see the tidbit of the... It goes to Blade Binge, which is a totally safe place. Blade Binge shop. I became an affiliate solely so that I could link his knife. Blade Binge is fine. I mean, it's fine. But the whole reason I became an affiliate was just so I could link his knife. Ohio, isn't that... Oh my god. I feel like this is a stupid question, but do you guys also get super hyped for the Olympics? Because, like, that's the only thing that's been on in our house. I love anything. I will watch anything. I was watching handball. I was watching women's handball, and I was like, man, this is intense. This is so cool. Man, it was so cool. I was watching, I watched the horse thing live, not like the actual horse, but like the men's, like where they use their hands and they spin around on the sawhorse thing, or whatever you call that. I watched that where USA won. That was crazy. The Blade HQ XOM is so cool. They told me they were going to send me one. I haven't got it yet. That's cool though. Like is that like the budget one? Looks awesome. Pommel horse, there you go. I keep wanting to say sawhorse. Yeah, it's so cool, man. I'll never understand how people feel like at any moment that they're justified from their couch. Like, you sitting on your couch eating a cheese. I see stuff on Facebook all the time. I'm not going to say who, but I'm going to say that it does come largely from a certain generation. But this generation loves to criticize modern Olympic athletes. And I'm like, what place do you feel like you have criticizing someone who is essentially a superhuman compared to your floppy ass sitting on the couch eating a cheeseburger, criticizing their character? They're an Olympian! They're an Olympian doing amazing things for our country! And you're sitting there spilling mustard all over your beater and your jean shorts? You idiot! You be silent on Facebook. You sit and you watch them do great things. They're Olympians. I can't believe people do that. Leave them alone. I'll never understand that. I mean, man, this is like people come down on Olympic athletes for being cocky. They are Olympic athletes. If they're the best, they're the best. They can say it. If they really are, if they believe, I mean, like if they've gotten that far and they believe that they're the best, or they've proven that they're the best, then they're the best. If they want to be cocky, then let them be cocky. They did it. They did something that literally almost no one can do, right? I'll never understand that. Like, and also, like, they don't care. It's not like they're going to read the comments. Like, they are amazing. They are factually amazing. Like, we watched them be amazing, so they can be. You know, they can be humble, that's fine. And you can say it speaks to their character. But if they are the best, if they're amazing at something, then just let them be. They did it, you know? Everyday content says, how cringe can MC get? Watch my content, dude. This is level 1 of 10. I was with you until you brought Jorts into it. I got Jorts too. Top 3 metal bands right now. Lorna Shore for sure. I mean, like, that gets really controversial. Because then you say metal and you get the purists and they're like, that's not metal. That's not metal. So just lumping it all into one category where, like, if you're loud and if you're like really loud and you scream and have a guitar, right? Okay, so that's the criteria. Lorna Shore for sure. Hold on. Let me think. I feel like Synestia is really great and I want to see what happens there, but they need the vocalist. The vocalist that was with them, I think, is really good, but I can't really say his name. Man, I think Orbit Culture is really good. And like I'm trying to think of who I listen to consistently, who I just think has like unlimited bangers. I also like I Prevail a lot. A lot of people say that's not metal, you know, but I like I Prevail a lot. There's a lot of like bands that have like 1 or 2 really good songs and then the rest of their songs just aren't very good. I don't know. It's a top 3 is impossible. There's like a bajillion bands that are like on sometimes and off. You know what? I think a lot of people would be like pissed that I said this, but I mean, if you care about metal, I think Ronnie Radke is absolutely legendary. I think Falling in Reverse, specifically Ronnie Radke, is a marketing genius. He's obviously incredibly talented. He can mix heavy metal with pretty much any genre, and I think he's awesome. I think Ronnie Radke's up there at the top. That's totally different than Lorna Shore. I don't know who I'd put in number 3. Yeah, Ronnie, you can talk all the shit you want on Ronnie Radke, but he just is amazing. Even if you hate him, he's still amazing. Like, even if you hate him, he's still doing, like, absolutely unbelievable, doing unprecedented things in that general genre of music. I don't even know what new metal is. I don't even pay attention to the different like subgenres of metal. Crabcore and new metal and progressive synth core, and I don't care. Like it's if it sounds good, I listen to the SpongeBob core stuff where they did the voice of Plankton has been altered by AI, and there's like a Plankton metal band that's awesome. There was a song with SpongeBob and Sandy Cheeks and Plankton, and they were absolutely crushing it. It was so good. I can't remember what the name of the band. I thought it was awesome. Oh yeah. Oh, we have to say Slaughter to Prevail. There you go. Those are the big three. Lorna Shore, Slaughter to Prevail, and Falling in Reverse are probably the top. Like those are like the most impactful right now. You can't say that what's his name from from Slaughter to Prevail is not like the king of guttural vocals. Like that guy's unreal, man. He's also one of the most terrifying people I've ever seen in my life. Jeez. You get a heavy metal guy who's like absolutely jacked up. I mean, he's not huge. He's just really, he has a scary physique. Lamb of God was my old favorite metal band for a long time, and I still think they're good. They kept, they did what you expect them to do. They kept essentially the same sound, but I don't love them as much as I used to. Alex Terrible. Alex Terrible is, well, a wonderful person, actually, in real life. That video of him with the bear, I think there's a few videos of him with the bear. Ronnie's got a parrot, and Alex has a bear. I love In Flames. I love In Flames. So good. So many metalheads in here, man. So many. There's like 1,000 people in here, and there's a ton of you talking about metal. That's amazing. It's just like, I feel like heavy metal used to be so fringe, and people are just like, ooh, scary, gross. And then the more you listen to it, you're like, yeah, some of it's kind of intense, but the more I listen to it, the more I kind of understand it. It's hard to keep with the beat. It's definitely hard to understand what they're saying, But you get those big, impactful breakdowns. You get those nasty arpeggios, those rainbow lightning arpeggios, and the big percussive breakdowns. Oh, God. A ribcage shattering percussive breakdown there's nothing else like it. Even if you hate metal, you'll be like, yeah, I felt something there. That's pretty good. Soilwork, I forgot about Soilwork. That's a great. I used to listen to. The other day, I put "Get to the Gone" by Static X on a video, and I love that song. It just starts at 100 miles an hour. Go! He just says go, and then it's screaming in double bass. It's so good. Probably the most disappointing fall off, like one of the coolest and funniest, like, metal satire that actually turned out to be awesome was Deathclock. Specifically, the Mermaider album from Deathclock, which was supposed to be a joke, but written by people who legitimately love metal. Deathclock, ironically, became almost the same sensation that they were satirically representing in the show, which is genius, right? Man, Deathclock is... there's some absolute bangers from Deathclock. Bloodlines from Deathclock is unironically epic. You saw Deathclock live? Is that Brandon Small? God, that guy he's just like the most normal looking dude. So great. Listen to Gate Creeper. I've seen that a couple of times in chat now, so maybe I'll check them out. I've seen them from underground till now. The coolest dudes to hang out with. I've never got to hang out with a metal band, but I feel like that's pretty common. Like, metal bands don't really seek, most of them don't seek the fame and the fortune lifestyle, so they'll just kind of hang out with people. I think that's cool. I had a roommate, and this is absolutely true, but I lived with some people, whole bunch of people, and I lived with this girl who went to not 3 Days Grace. Was it 3 Days Grace? think it might have been 3 Days Grace. But she was invited backstage and she made out with the guitarist at 3 Days Grace. And that is absolutely true. Now, she's probably one of like 1,000. But I remember I was like, man, that is really cool. I was like, holy shit. That's awesome. Yeah, 3 Days Grace is an awesome band. Brent, that's how I learned about Brendan Small, was watching home movies. You remember watching home movies as a kid on Cartoon Network, like late at night, and you're like, what am I watching? Coach McGurk is hilarious. I laughed so hard at that episode where he's panicking and he's trying to, I can't remember what's happening, but he's trying to get a pen out of his jacket to like sign something, and a bunch of like unfortunate things happened. Existential angst is like trying to rage bait me there with 20CV is the superior steel to all others. Okay! He's trying to sign something and his pen explodes all over the paper and it's this huge blue splotch and he goes, damn! And it cuts to the next scene and it was so abrupt. But I remember I was like 16 and I laughed so hard at that. Such a stupid scene. Also, speaking of scenes from animated shows that I laughed really hard at, the best episode of King of the Hill is when they all become firemen. And the other guys won't stop playing ping pong, and Hank is trying to sleep, and he finally... That whole scene is absolute chaos. If you're a King of the Hill fan, which I definitely am, I love everything that Mike Judge does. But that episode where they're firemen, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh God, that episode, I've watched it so many times. It's so funny. As I Lay Dying, used to listen to them a lot more. They got into, the lead singer got into some weird stuff there. He tried to hire an assassin, if I remember correctly. Maybe I have that story wrong, but oof, that was a wild deal. All right, let's get back to knives. What's your thoughts on the budget shark cub? I actually didn't know about that, so maybe I'll have to research it. It sounds great, though. What a great idea. Let's take something that everybody loves and make it less expensive. I'm always for that. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is definitely an awesome show. Carl is a legendary character. I love the episode where they put him on that workout machine that he can't escape from, and he just keeps getting progressively more buff against his will. Kitty's new album, Fire, is absolutely amazing. First album in 13 years. I didn't even know they released a new album. That's cool. I used to stay up until midnight on Saturdays to watch Headbangers Ball on MTV2. That was how I discovered new music for a very long time. That's how I decided what music to download. Headbangers Ball on MTV2 at midnight was how I discovered Progenies of the Great Apocalypse by Dimmu Borgir. And I remember being, I think, 13 or 14 and watching the music video for Progenies of the Great Apocalypse, which, by the way, if you've never seen that, is an absolute trip. Oh, boy. But I watched that by myself at midnight, standing up in front of a 65-inch projection screen in my dad's basement, just standing there. 16, totally sober, 15, totally sober, and just having my brain exploded. Headbangers Ball was awesome, man. I've argued with my friend forever because there's a lost piece of media that I am convinced exists, and I know it's a band, and I don't know what it is, but I've realized now that I've got 1,000 people in here, maybe we can figure it out together. My friend does not believe that I watched the music video that I did, and I said I didn't catch the name of the band. I was so excited, and I can't remember what happened, but it was a music video where the start of the song, or somewhere in the song, there were two old... He was like in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and there were two ancient, weather-worn or just environment-worn buses, like Greyhound buses. And this dude lifted off the ground and pushed them aside with like force, like almost like Star Wars or like Dragon Ball Z powers. And that's when the sound hit. The drums and the guitar, everything came in, and this dude blasted everything away from him. It was such an awesome video for the time. I have no idea what the band was or what the song was. My best friend in my whole life He said, I remember you telling me about that, and he said, I just don't believe that's right. I think you were making crap up because you were watching too much Dragon Ball Z. That's 100% real. Somebody in here has to know what that is. It's got to be real. No, it was a music video. It was a music video, I'm telling you. Post-apocalyptic wastelands, definitely two massive vehicles, and the dude pushed him. I mean, it was probably watching it now would be super cringy, but I remember being like, you know, like that hit me as a 15-year-old, and I was like, yes, I feel this. I don't even know what he's singing about, but I feel it. Thrash, maybe this would have been. I was 15, so 2005. But it could have been an old video, or it could have been a brand new video. Sounds like Reading Rainbow. That's what I was thinking. Probably an episode of Reading Rainbow. I feel like the intro was that for a while, and then they changed it. So. No, I'd remember if it was Tool. Because I did listen to a lot of Tool. Who's Taylor Swift? She's the lady who's going to give us another Super Bowl this year. Oh, boy. Everybody's going to hate the Chiefs this year. Everybody's going to hate us. They hated us last year, and they hated us the year before. It's going to be awful this year. Oh, my God. Three-peat. I mean, yeah, I got to root for the Chiefs, guys. I have to. I love the Chiefs, and we are amazing. You know, I mean, I say we because I feel, you know, personally involved. I feel like my spirit is what, like specifically me is what is allowed, whether they know it or not, but like my love for them is what has allowed them to win so often. You know, I am emotionally invested, spiritually invested. And when they win, I win. So that's how sports work. Facts. It's science, actually. Who else got their Severn delivered today? Oh, yeah, you guys are getting your Severns, aren't you? Yeah, that's awesome. So was I right? Those of you who got your Severn, am I right? That's Knife of the Year 2024. I mean, it's just August. Like, I really doubt something's going to be better. The Severn is... It's that good. So good. Everyday content. You filthy dirt wizard. Awesome content. Keep it cringe. I will. That's my promise to you. I will keep it cringe. Both ironically and unironically. Because there, you know, there's... With all powerful cringe comes a healthy dose of 50% self-awareness and 50% authentic cringe. But you can only be aware of the parts that you are legitimately self-aware of. The rest of it is judged by the internet to be cringe, and you have to accept it. It just is. The reality is that we're all cringe. We should just embrace this together. All of us. Everything you do is cringe. You blink, that's cringy. You breathe, that's cringy. You drink water. Possibly one of the cringiest things you could do. You just have to accept it. There's no need to analyze anymore. There's no need. You're being farmed. I mean, it's all engagement farming, right? Who knows if it's on purpose or not? But you get people talking about it. Well, there you go. Mission accomplished. Cringe live, rooting for Detroit Lions. Can you give away kitchen utensils? Yeah, I can give away a bunch of forks, I guess. Would you rather that than the knives? Yeah, I don't I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the internet that, like, you know what's crazy is, like, anymore, like, furries are not even that weird of a thing to see. I'll scroll through. By the way, I'm done scrolling through TikTok. What a mess. I'm done. The stuff that I've seen, like, I'll create on TikTok, and honestly, like, the people who comment on my videos on there are pretty level-headed. But the stuff I see on TikTok, I'm like, man, what a disaster. This platform is a disaster. And there are people who get their news from TikTok. No. No. It's so bad. But anyways, I see like a furry or somebody in a furry outfit, which, you know, whatever, man, like, live your life. But I see that and I'm like, that's definitely not the weirdest thing I've seen today, you know? But when that all started, I was like, what on earth? We're doomed, you know? And I give it a month, you know? No, yeah, I got into that because I'd never been on TikTok. And the vertical lives, I got into that and I was like, what is where am I? What is this? So insane, man. The viral one was like people convinced that tent that was somebody's tent blew away and it was like floating around in the sky, and there were hundreds of thousands of people who were like, that's the aliens. That's the hidden technology. I know. The shadow government. And it's literally just somebody's tent that got away from nobody will do any research on anything. God. It's like a blurry tent that's like, you know, 12,000 feet in the air just blowing around. And people are just really convinced. Oh, man. So bad. Alien tents are the worst. I don't know. I want to believe. You know, I really want to believe. The problem is that, like, anything... Like, I'm somebody who's never... I don't feel like I've ever actually seen anything that is, like, solid evidence that aliens exist. But I want to believe. I really do. I want to see something that's, like, awesome. You know? And what's his name? They came out and, like, you know, presented in front of Congress. I thought that was really interesting, but I'm like, but where's the thing? Where's, like... I want, like, Bob the alien to come out and, like, shake hands with the president and be like, hey, listen... We're interested in, like, you know, trading goods with you guys. Like, I want to see that. But, like, some blurry things floating around the sky, it's all interesting, but I don't take any of it as evidence. And anybody who says this is evidence, it's like, that's just a blurry orb. I mean, like, it could be something, or it could be just a balloon that somebody spray painted chrome and just let loose. You know, if you shake the camera around enough in the sky, it looks like it's moving around really fast. So... I don't know. My money's on, if there is something up there flying around, it's our tech. Private contractor. Like, it's like private companies developing technology. If there is anything, that's where my money's on. I would love to find out that it's real. I get really excited about that stuff, but I don't think that we've seen anything real yet. So... Yeah, video evidence is a moot point. Exactly. Like, everything. I mean, people were saying that 20 years ago. You can fake anything with a camera. Yeah, you totally could. You could fake anything with a camera in the 50s. Boy, now it's way worse. I'd say old pictures are probably more authentic than new pictures. New pictures and video evidence nowadays, holy moly. I mean, if that was their strategy for covering things up, they certainly got it right. I find the whole conversation of whether or not the moon landing was real or not, I find that insanely boring. Like, I have no reason specifically, like, given all the evidence, I just kind of think, like, yeah, we probably did go because it doesn't really seem that crazy. Like, that's my whole perspective. I'm like, yeah, I guess it was weird, and everybody points to the Kubrick film or whatever, but that's been debunked, I guess. I don't know. Like, I didn't talk to him. I just watched videos that said it was. But there's videos out there that says it's not. It seems like going to the moon isn't that amazing, so it probably happened. But also, who cares? Who cares? The moon landing was fake. Okay. I'm never gonna go there. There's pyramids on the moon. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I want to know for sure. We're never gonna get to know for sure. I don't think. Yeah, no. I'm saying that in mockery, like people screaming that it's fake. It's like, why? I don't think it is, but I also am not a professional, so I just don't care. I just want to see something definitive. The thing that I always come back to is every time I've gone outside and looked up at the sky and like just been in awe of like the general night sky, because we get to see all the stars. You know, as many places as I've been, you know, to a few different countries, and you know, I spend a decent amount of time outside. I personally have never seen anything weird. I've never seen anything where I think that's not normal. You know, like weather in Kansas is pretty crazy. It was crazy in the 90s and it's still pretty crazy. You know, sometimes it's hot and sometimes it's cold, and stars sometimes seem a little brighter, and the moon looks like the moon, still looks the same as it did. Now I see Starlink up there sometimes, but I know what that is. But I just personally have never seen anything crazy, and I think that's what it takes. You got to see it. You have to see it to believe it, not through the screen of a phone or through the, you know, somebody else's recording of something. You have to see it. And I think people probably really have seen some interesting things, you know, but that's the thing, it's hearsay, you know, or is that the right, like them telling you about it, that's already like but I wasn't there, so I don't know for sure, as much as you might trust somebody. Anyways, we're getting into the weeds of this. Nobody asked me what I thought. I just started telling you. You're all captive here because you want to win a knife collection, and I'm just forcing you to be a part of my stream of consciousness. Sorry. Now, I did look up the area school UFO incident. So one of my favorite channels is the Y-Files. I love it. In fact, I pay to be a part of their Patreon. I love the Y-Files. I love all the coverage of that. But I like him because he digs into it and he says, here's what's legitimately not proven, you know, and here's what's actually been debunked. And I just feel like that guy's got a really level head. He likes to entertain the story, and he tells the whole story. And he goes through and he picks it apart. But if there are things that are left unproven, or, you know, nobody's ever proven to be false, then he talks about it. You know, he says, this is legitimately weird, you know. I like that. I like that channel. The Y-Files, WHYFILES. If you don't know what the Y-Files is, you're in for a great evening. That's high production, great coverage, awesome storytelling, and then legitimate fact-checking, and it's just really cool. I love that channel. Hecklefish? Yeah, but what about the crab? What does he say? Crab cats, the crab cats, yeah. I love Hecklefish, man. What about that time I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque? Yeah. I love that thing, man. Wendigoon is awesome, too. I also like Mr. Ballin. I love all that stuff. And I also watch that chapter a lot, too. I love that stuff. I gotta take a break from that stuff, though, because, like, that chapter, like, man, those stories get depressing. I have to take a break from that chapter, for sure. But I do like the character. He's so, like, upbeat and peppy that you forget that he's telling a story about something absolutely terrible. I also watch Nexpo a lot. I enjoy Nexpo. You guys, we all watch a lot of the same stuff. That's cool. Yeah, I love stuff like that. I just like hearing stories. Nexpo is awesome. God, his production, he captures the creepy element better than anybody on YouTube, and he covers like weird, haunted. I love his like series about haunted video games, and like Oh man, his ARG coverage is so good. Nexpo is a god at his craft. So awesome. And they're long. Oh man, it's so good. I get so into that stuff. Yeah, Nexpo, man. You could if you've never heard of Nexpo, like you have like a month of like amazing experiences going to the Nexpo channel. His coverage is absolutely, and his voice is incredibly soothing. But it also gives me anxiety because he like the way that he leads into things. I'm like, ugh, there's something behind me, you know. YouTube, Aeon Flux. I used to watch Aeon Flux as a kid, and I never understood what I was watching. But I remember that because I remember the eyelashes catching the fly, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely not supposed to be watching this. I knew that channel 36 on the box. I had to go onto the top of the TV. It had a box with a digital. Channel 36 was MTV, and at a certain time, I knew Aeon Flux would come on. I was supposed to be in bed, but we had a TV in the basement. I'd sneak over there and turn on and watch Aeon Flux, and I was like, man, I have no idea what this is, but there's no way it's appropriate. Melissa beat me to 1,000,000. I knew she would. Oh, man. There's no catching her. No catching her, and she deserves every sub. That is amazing. Yeah, I figured. So the last time we talked about her, she was very close. I think we just literally... Let's go. First channel in history. Oh, man, 1,000,000. She's going to get that gold plaque as a knife content creator. That is so amazing. We have a person in our community who proved that a knife-centered content creator can actually achieve 1,000,000 subs. His first person in history to be exclusively knives to actually do it. That is so motivating and amazing. God, she must feel awesome. That is so cool. Heck yeah. And also, super nice person. Heck yeah. Cheers to Melissa. What an amazing accomplishment. You guys always say that. It's not about the knives. I mean, okay, let me play devil's advocate here. Are you guys saying that her content is not good and it's specifically other elements? You cannot ignore that her production value is good. She also definitely knows about what she's talking about. You can say this or that, but I don't even put my face on camera, and I got here. So you can't just rely on outside elements. You still have to know what you're talking about and be able to present it well. I mean, you want to compare like the quality of content between her channel and my channel? Her channel is way more polished. She still had to work for it. So come on now. Come on. Let's be fair about this. Don't be lazy with the assessment of her channel. Yeah, her outdoor credit is huge. I have zero experience in that. Like, I have no experience outdoors. None. She actually goes out and does that. So, come on. Be fair. Yeah, you can't say like, oh, it's because of this or because like, that's so unfair. Just let her win that. Like that she deserves it. I think you guys know that too. I don't think you need any convincing. Like you know that. You know that she deserves that 1,000,000. I'm an indoorsy boy. You know, I open the furthest venture into the wilderness for me is just slightly past my doorstep when I retrieve the box of knives. Outside of that, it's all air-conditioned and assessment of, teeny tiny little details. I spend most of my time in my basement. You could say, oh, you're just like a weirdo who lives in his basement. That's true, but I do own my basement, so at least I can say that. I do own my basement. I'm not saying Melissa does. I'm saying the cliche is that knife guys are like nerds who live in their basement. I do, but I own it. I don't rent it, and it's not my mom's. I own it. Time. There's only one name tonight, guys. It's one person. God, it's only been an hour. We still have 30 minutes to go. Listen, well, we're going to draw soon. Don't leave. Because I usually draw pretty quickly to throw people off. So you never know. I could draw at any moment. But it's one person winning an entire, like, mini collection of knives. That roll has 9 knives in it. And I would say 3 of them could be considered premium. So it's not a joke. You're going to win some awesome stuff if you win tonight. You say you're jealous because we have basements? I mean, we have basements here out of necessity because of the weather. But also, like, if you have a basement, that's an enormous amount of, like, you really have to pay attention. Because, like, basements grow mold. So you have to have, like, proper ventilation. You also, like, if you live in Kansas, like, I think you're insane to not have a radon pump in a basement. I think that's just crazy. So you really have to pay attention. There's a lot of stuff. You have to constantly keep it clean, even if it's fully finished. Anybody who has a house with a basement, any size, that's a big deal. So it's cool. Like I got another living room down here. I keep my bigger TV. I have a bar down here with another TV. Actually, my basement living room has a bar and a TV over the bar, and then I have a TV out in the main living room. So I have 2 TVs in one room, which is great for watching football. But you do have to, like, pay attention to every last little corner. Yeah, I live in the dead center of the United States. I live in Kansas. How do you think all this stuff that's illegal in all these different places? Yeah, it's because I live in Kansas. I live in one of the states where you can just carry pretty much anything. That's what makes running this channel ideal. Yeah, radon's not a joke. Here, hold on. Let's see where I'm at. I'll give you guys a look. I got a radon pump. Look at this. Look at that. If you know, you know. Oh, we're clean. That radon pump's in my office. I'm breathing clean air. Clean. It's like outside air. Come on now. That's right. Care about that. I got to keep on that radon. You don't want radon pumping in. Radon is the silent killer. Yep, your sump pump runs continuously. Yeah. Look up radon gas. It can be scary, and if you've never tested your home, you should definitely test it. I'm telling you, people die from that. Show us Excalibur? Sure, I'll show that off. We haven't really talked about knives. Hey, let's take a little bit to talk about what's on the table. I'll take because we've been talking about everything tonight, but I've been carrying this and using this nonstop. All of the changes I wanted to be made are going to be made, and you guys are going to be real happy when this finally releases. But this is the exact knife you're going to start seeing on other channels because I'm going to send this out. Got to part with it. I'm just trying to get all the love in that I can before I send it out to the other content creators to, let them pass judgment upon it. Is there anything on the table you guys want me to talk about? I've got a Herman you guys have never even seen. You want to see my newest Herman? They have a new model called the B. You ain't even seen this one yet. You're about to see it unboxed this weekend. I'll show you right now. Oh, sweet baby. Are you ready? You have no idea. This is beautiful, Timascus, but just wait. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my goodness. That is wicked. That's their B model. A little bigger than the Micro Sting, a little smaller than the Sting. Gorgeous. That's like brand new Herman. Brand new 2024. Look what we can do, Herman. Look at those magentas. Look at those magentas there. Oh, baby. Yeah. A little sneak peek for you guys. Oops. Darn it. These new boxes are great. They got foam inserts and everything. You buy a Herman, they do you up right. They give you a great... Man, this is so... Look at this. They give you the card up here, insert for the card. Got your cloth, you got this little foam insert. They give you this with the tool and everything. Man, this is legit. Apparently somebody local makes the boxes for them in Poland. But if you buy a premium one, they don't all come like this, but if you buy like a special one, they do go... I want to say that one was like 2,700, 2,800, maybe a little over 3,000. I can't remember. I think right around 3,000 was what that one was. It might be slightly less. All right. Anything else on the table you guys want me to pick up and talk about? I know you guys have heard me talk about all this stuff for a ton. But I still like... I lay out all these knives and I don't talk about them a lot, so... The wood swing guard on the right. So that came from Tools for Jensen. It's a custom... And I cannot pronounce the maker's name, but this was, I think, exclusive to Tools for Gents. And this is a custom, and it's really cool. And I'm killing myself right now because it's got a mirror polished swedge up there. But it's like a lever release. Super cool. No clip. Very traditional. But this is a custom. Partially handmade, partially machine made. But this came from Tools for Gents, and it's very beautiful. And I cannot remember, but I know you can find it. An old listing on Tools for Gents. And I cannot pronounce the maker's name. And I can't remember it, but I know I have the packaging back off to the right here. And a review for this is still coming. The new arch nemesis? Yeah. We always show off the new arch nemesis. Far and away the most valuable knife in my collection, and also the most money I've ever paid for a knife, which I won't talk about. But that is that's the legendary boy there with the weave blade. Zirconium frame lock. Very cool. Timascus, Zircotai inlays, and the weave blade. Contoured, textured zirconium scales. A little bit of fingerprints in there, but it's actually fully clean. It's just got things on there that I haven't totally cleaned off, like this little area right there, right? But, yeah. I am actually the third owner. It says a mysterious past, but this was the last of the weave blades that Brian Nadeau made. He made 4 of them, so it has 3 brothers. I don't know where they are. And apparently he will never do them again. So that one is very, very important. That is a grail of grails. That's a kingmaker. Top leftish, wide, thin. Here? That's the Machine-Wise Sonora. Mine. The Absolute V1. Very cool. I gave away a V1.5 or so. Strider, that's Performance Series SMF. My first, and I wanted a full titanium one. I finally worked the lock stick out. You guys just saw there's no lock stick on it. Perfectly centered too, which is crazy for a Strider. CPM 154, which is really cool. That's actually one of my favorite steels, and full titanium. I paid way too much money for that knife. But still less than you would find it for on Arizona Customs. I think I don't crucify me, but I paid $1,100 for that. Way too much for that. Still no custom ProTech? Bruh. Nah, I got a custom protect. Any fully serrated? No, I don't like serrations. I think they're fine. Like for other people, I just don't like them. Shaman, that's my 15V custom build with the titanium. Are these RGT skinny titanium scales textured? Yeah, this was a custom build. But that's 15V. The highest edge retention of anything that I have in the collections right there. The Gold Herman is a PVD Ishtar with DLC Damasteel. We talk about this sometimes. Pretty rare to have Damasteel in DLC. They do not do that often. But gold PVD, kind of a hammered texture on the blade there. And then a hammered DLC pocket clip and DLC backspacer. That's more of an orange peel. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good definition of orange peel. Definitely cool. 80-20, yeah, the 80-20 is right here. That's like a very early. That's back when they were scratching the blade steel in. Right there. 20 CV. That's an early full tie USA Demco 80-20. John Demco resharpened this for me because I chipped the blade on a beer bottle while I was watching Netflix and flipping it. And this came down and I chipped it, and I reached out to John and he was like, yeah, you're not the first person to chip a blade on a beer bottle. So that's actually been personally resharpened by John Demco, which I think is pretty cool. He did a great job. I'll let you guys look at the edge. Beautiful. Couldn't tell. But now you guys all know. I feel like that adds to the character of this one. That XM18 auto? Yeah. I still want to buy Lucifer's DLC. He's got a DLC XM18 auto that I would love to buy. But I do love this. It's my only titanium auto. You just don't see titanium autos. Super cool. I don't show that one off very much. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back. What do we got in here? Wow, 1,400? Really? You guys are awesome. Thank you. I thought it died down after that big live stream we did, but hey, 1,400, that's great. I'll be right back. All right. So let's start clearing the table. If you're just joining, you got to do this. I'm about to draw. I'm also about to reveal what's in those, what's in that roll. So you guys can see what you're actually potentially going to win tonight. I just want to put a lot of this stuff away. We got to put some of these. Everybody asked me about my storage containers, and I always forget to tell people these are Pelican cases that have been custom fitted with Nalpak foam. That's Nalpak. You can actually, I don't have an affiliate thing. I'm just telling you like where to go. You can go to the Nalpak website and you can order these cases that come with the foam if you want to. I have an 80 slot, 340 slots, and I've got a Fat Boy 12 slot for the big overbuilt stuff. But if you want the cases that I use, which are wonderful, because they keep moisture out, that's what I'm using. The foam that the cases come with, I think, is absolute trash. Nalpak foam is superior 100%. So I would highly recommend, you know, if you're going to invest a lot of money in a quality case to keep all your babies safe, that's what you want to do. You can get it in green or you can get it in blue. They might even offer, you know, something else. I don't know, but that's definitely what I would recommend. That Herman sequence. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty stuff. Man. Magma Zircotai. Absolutely gorgeous. Oops. That doesn't go there. Problem is you got it. I keep resorting it. I keep trying to, you know, I'm like, I want to change it. I don't want it to sit there. I want it to move somewhere else. I keep doing that. Definitely the John Wick 4 edition Deadlock. That one's got to go back in the case. The rest of these, is not that I don't care about them. It's just, you know, some of them either have dings on them already or I'm just not quite as concerned. I just need to move these away so that I can get this going. Okay, do this. I'm going to put the Excalibur back in my pocket where it belongs. Does the iPad have battery? 30% tonight. Good. Let me get the link here real quick. All right. So, assuming everybody has done this, the link's in the description. You got to go down there and leave your comment. Let's go ahead and open this up and talk about what I'm giving away tonight. So I'm going to ask Sabibi Wee for more of these rolls because I think they're great for giving away this stuff. I'm literally just going to ship you the roll because a lot of this stuff, like I have a huge box of knives that I'm going to give away. A lot of it doesn't have boxes, but everything is still like in great condition. And so I just grabbed a bunch of stuff I thought was really interesting. But we're going to go over everything that's in here tonight. And I think that you guys will really enjoy this. So we're going to go over some of the less interesting stuff, but still cool. I think, I forget, is this the QSP? You'll have to help me out with some of these. 14C20 Dance, a button lock, and burlap micarta. I keep wanting to say swordfish, but maybe I'm wrong. But we have that one in there. That one's a cool one. And then we have, of course, I had to pack in a Miguron Moyarl crossbar lock. I think this is a newer, like, I feel like this is textured micarta with a black titanium clip. So that one's going to be in there. This is the big boy flipper that somebody else won this from a previous giveaway. And they said, you know what? It's okay. Go ahead and give that one away. I'm not going to take the winnings. I think they were just like, yeah, they're not for me. That thanks for the win, but give it away to somebody else. So I packed it in here. This is a big G10 PMP big boy in 14C20 Dan. It's almost 10 inches long. Definitely a nice big one there. This is the Sencut. I want to say Saxy, but that's not right. It's the one that's kind of the cross between the Saxy and the Crowley. But we have like the green, like the mint green aluminum and D2. So that one will be in there. And I'm just going over the budget stuff first. And then I always forget the name of this Vosteed, but I thought it was cool because it has the blue tab there and it's got a crossbar lock, or the blue disc. 14C20 and white G10. Yeah, it's the Sencut Serene. Thank you. And yeah, that one will be in there. A more interesting budget knife, because you guys are going to say, oh, cool. You have an XL Pyrite. I found this. I dug this out of the deepest corners of this dungeon down here and realized this is a freaking prototype. This is one of the originals. So there you go. Prototype. That's kind of a rare one there. The XL Pyrite prototype will be in there. I also have a flashlight in here, which I have included the charger for. But it's the i3T. I think this is a little fatter. It's a little bigger. The American. This is the O-lights. I love these flashlights, but I will include the charger, so that one's going to be tucked in there as well. I'm not going to work on tucking that one in there. So for the more interesting stuff, we have a little pyrite, but look at this. We have the blue, I'm going to call it camo carbon. I'm sure there's a better, probably fat carbon. But probably more interesting, we have a sand-polished S90V blade on this guy. So very cool there. Definitely a nice little S90V button lock for you guys, for sure. Also on the premium end, I'm actually going to pull this out because I don't want to mark these up. I'm tucking these away very specifically so they don't touch each other. We have the Migron. This was the other one that guy said go ahead and give it away to somebody else. And I also forget the name of this one. Sorry. But this is M390 in titanium, and I'm mainly forgetting the name because so many Migrons look alike. But that is another nice premium one from Migron with the thumb stud and the front flipper there. So you'll get that one. Probably the Pagos, thank you, right around 200. And then we also have, finally, the other premium one, the Wii, is it the Wrecker? The Wrecker? You won't see this unboxing for a couple of weeks because I'm so behind. But this is CPM 20CV and titanium with some bronze accents there from Wii. So you definitely get some cool premium knives, some nice mid-range stuff, and some nice budget knives, and a little flashlight. Because I realized I have tons of flashlights laying around that I never gave away. So that's going to be there. So one person is going to win this entire roll all at once. I will literally roll it up and ship it to you just like this. I will be careful. And if I need to, I'll add some dividers in here so that nothing is touching. But yeah, you're going to win this whole thing. So this is like a whole rotation in one if you want it to. And there's also some fun and interesting stuff in there. Just, you know, this, I feel like this is kind of like a little bit of a knife enthusiast, condensed little knife enthusiast package there. So, but yeah, I will do many of these because I've got enough knives to do this like 10 times. Like enough giveaway stuff. So. But anyways, let's go ahead and refresh this page and find out who won this awesome package here. So we're going to refresh comment picker. You guys know the drill. We're going to put the link in here. Here's the link. I want everybody to get a good look at it. Make sure that it's legitimately what you're entering under. Filter duplicate users is on. We're going to scroll down here. We're going to hit get YouTube comments. Real quick here. Probably at least 1,600 comments. Just gently set that down there. Might as well get another beverage here. Oh my gosh. What? 2,140. Bunch of people did not get the memo about having to be here. Well, you guys know what happens. If you're not here, we redraw in 2 minutes. So, the winner, and you need to make yourself known live in chat if your name is drawn, but the winner tonight of this beautiful knife collection is Ryan Micklick 3912. Thanks for the roll of knives. Haha, love your content, MC. Keep up the great work. Wonderful. That should be an easy profile picture to find. It's a man and his dog. So let's find him in chat. If he's not here, we'll move on. Ryan, make yourself known in chat. The rest of chat, please slow down so I can actually find the guy. There he is right there. And he's a knight too. Awesome. Congratulations, Ryan. You are the winner of this beautiful roll of knives that you can use for, it looks like you are probably an outdoorsy person. So there you go. I hope that you can make use of all the knives and the flashlight and everything. Congratulations. Please make sure to email me at metalcomplex87 with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact, well, you only you don't have to tell me what you won. There's only one thing to win tonight. Just you can type roll of knives. But yeah, let me know and I'll ship this to you priority. Don't worry if I don't email you back until Friday of next week. That's just when I do my shipping. But Friday of next week, you'll get tracking information on this. I'll ship it priority directly to you, and you're good to go. So just give me your name and your shipping information. Congrats, man. Mega Man. Mega Man. Mega Man has the best NES soundtrack of all time. I will hear no arguments. Mega Man is it. I wanted to pack stuff in there that like people would feel, you know, like they could use. And then like if you wanted to save Queen something, you could. I thought that little prototype was fun. Like I have weird prototypes laying around, you know, because I get stuff like that and they just don't ask for them back. And so like with this CJRB, they sent me a prototype and never asked for it back. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give that away. Hey, listen, everybody keeps telling me like I've been doing this for so long and I've never won. The number of winners, I mean, like there's probably been like close to 200 winners, but there are thousands and thousands of people who enter these. So the odds aren't bad for winning a giveaway here. And I always do crazy stuff, but it's, you know, law of attraction. Everybody who's ever won has said the same thing. I never win. I'm never going to win. And then they win. All of the winners for my 600K, they all said something similar. They're like, I almost left because I was like, this is pointless. You know, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this guy yak on. And then they won. Every email I got from every winner from that live stream was so cool. I specifically, the Dreadnought went to a disabled veteran, which I thought was extremely cool. I won't say his name, but that was a really, really cool email. So to the winner of the Dreadnought, I am very happy that I could send you that, man. That reading his email made my night. So that was pretty cool. I'll do another, listen, I'm out of rolls, but I'll do another collection giveaway next weekend. If you guys like this, like, I'll give away 9 or 10 more knives all at once if you guys think that's fun. Just trying to mix it up a little bit. We'll go back to the pouches at some point, but I think it's fun to give away like a whole collection to somebody. I did find Poopy. Yeah, Poopy emailed me. He got a knife. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I didn't tell him either. I'm going to give him a surprise. But he got about a $200 knife. It's S90V. I'm going to ask Savivi to send me a bunch more rolls because I feel like they'd do it because they get a little brand plug every time I say who sent it. So the knife roll was provided by Wii and Savivi, and it actually is a pretty great roll. I think these rolls are super inexpensive, and you can probably get them off of their website. There's a Savivi or Wii Knives link in my description somewhere. But yeah, you don't have to do that. You can just go to their website and pick it. I think the rolls are really cheap, and they're pretty good. So if you got a bunch of knives you want to take with you, you're fun. If you pack them just right, they don't touch each other. Don't worry. People always say, "Oh, I missed it. Man, I give away knives all the time. Don't worry. I'll always give even my minor giveaways are usually pretty big. Like this tonight is pretty standard. So if you missed a giveaway, if you missed the big one where I gave away 10 grand worth of knives, it's pretty typical for me to give away $300, $400, $500, $600 worth of knives. I'm not trying to flex. I'm saying if you miss a giveaway, don't freak out because I do them a lot. How do I feel about front flippers? I don't love them. But, when somebody does it right, I appreciate it. I don't use it. So when I say I don't love it, I just mean I don't use it. How many knives do I have in my possession? Jim Barton, thanks for the memberships. So in my collection, I have close to 300, but in my possession right now, probably 600 or 700 in this room. Yeah, there's probably 600 or 700 knives in this room. I got a box that literally the seam split while I was recording an upload. The seam, I didn't know what happened. And one of the uploads, I was like, I don't know what that sound was. It was the sound of a huge box containing knives that I need to give away, splitting at the seams. Literally knives in their packages and boxes, like exploding. So yeah, a lot. Christy Peterson, my husband reminded me I should participate. You should. You should. You and your husband. That gives you a double chance of winning. Yeah, it's cool to have all this stuff, but like it's way cooler to give it away. Like it's fun to have it, but it's way more fun to host live streams and give it away to people. That's what I mean, like if you want my opinion, I get way more joy out of giving it away. That's easy. That's fun. That's just free entertainment for me. Is hosting a live stream. We can all come in here and hang out for an hour and a half, and somebody wins a bunch of knives. You know, that's great. Wife's birthday, that's a perfectly reasonable reason to miss the live stream. Happy birthday to your wife, Edge Obsessed. Totally understandable. Thank you. We're going to end the evening by giving away... Oh, I can give away 30 tonight. Yeah, YouTube gives me free ones to give away, so I'll just do them all at once here. So there's 5, and there's another 5 for the free ones, and then I'm going to pay for some. Oops. I don't want to buy my own membership. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to give away an additional 20. And then I got to go. Because I believe it's Mario Kart and movie time at our house. Popcorn, pizza, Mario Kart movie time. It's a Friday evening tradition. I also feel like I probably need to go help with the baby. We have a new baby, so I got to get that. I got to help with that. All right. Congrats to everybody. Congrats to everybody who won the memberships, and congrats to the winner of tonight's beautiful knife roll. We will do it again next week. I'll pick out some super spicy stuff for you guys. Thank you all for allowing me to do this full time. That's really cool. I will continue to give back as often as I can. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.